Hello, ladies and gentlemen, this is Deja Vu, and I am back doing Day 2 from the Star Soul Heritage League. Let's just call it the SHL. I'm gonna go call it the SHL from now on, because, well, anything else is just way too long. And we're gonna see a couple more Legends play again today. We're gonna have Nod on the right from Moo Made Fox, and then Kingdom on the left, the Protoss player, the retired Protoss player on the left, and we'll see what these guys can do on a map that I honestly don't remember seeing very often. It's nostalgia, there's a lot of games on it, but I don't remember it very much. I mean, looking at the stats, it looks pretty balanced, 47 to 53%, still pretty darn close. And there are 4 start positions, and we're going to have Kingdom in orange in the top left position, and then Nada in the bottom left, and I believe white. And honestly, I wish I knew, but I honestly don't really know whether or not this map is a cheese-heavy map, or if it's heavy macro. I can't really tell. It looks like there's a good number of bases, about 12 bases on the map-ish, maybe more. Let me go check this out for you real fast. Yeah, it looks about 12 or so bases. And but yeah, really the reason why we're watching this is because it's Nada and it's Kingdom, and it should be a lot of fun because Kingdom looked surprisingly good in his last match when he was playing. Or sorry, Kingdom looked really good when he was playing Savior. He actually looked like he wasn't that far out, like retired. It did not seem that he was that far out of the game. That he's still relatively on his game. Yeah, his macro just wasn't there in comparison to Savior, and there were definitely some things lacking. But he showed himself to be pretty darn good, and still held his own. Sent that into the very late stages of the game, and put up a good fight. So that was definitely a pleasure to see in the last time we saw Kingdom. And then Nada Nalra was a really good game too. So you know, both these players already taking this at least seriously enough. There's a pretty good prize pool. I think something like $30,000 if you win. And I went out on a limb last time and predicted Nada to win this, and I think he will. That's, you know, still just a prediction. We're still in the group stages here, still very, very early. I just think Nada, out of the active players, is just the most in shape and the best out of the active players, and I'm disregarding everyone who has been more or less inactive, just assuming that they're not on the game as well they should be. And we're seeing I think that's a 14 Nexus from Kingdom, so Kingdom's going to go and go for a 14 Nexus, and this is going to get totally scouted out by Nada, so Kingdom trying to be a little audacious here and go for a very, very early economic advantage, and Nada, we'll see how he responds, what he does in order to take this down, because I think if he wanted to, depending upon what build he was starting off on going for, he might be able to do a very early harass here. Yeah, he only had put down his barracks and he threw down his refinery. He might be able to just send a couple Marines in there, or maybe just go for a factory first and just go for an early vulture push or something along those lines, and that could be very, very effective taking this down, especially with that's such an early scout. I think this puts the Nada in such a good position. I think he really has a good chance right now of taking this game down with his initial push, his very first attack. I think if he executes it correctly, I think he will be in very, very good shape. Cybernetics Core going down now for Kingdom, but no units produced yet. I think he's going to throw in a second gateway. Yeah, he's going on a second gateway. He's going to try and pump out enough units to fend off whatever Nada decides to push with. It looks like I suspect that Nada's going to try and produce maybe like 5 or 6 Marines, and then a Vulture or 2, and then try and push in on Kingdom and see how much damage he can do, try and knock him out as soon as possible, because he obviously cannot allow Kingdom to take advantage of that expansion. I think it's a mineral only there right outside your base, so that's very odd. This is definitely an older map where the natural expansion is actually mineral only, which is definitely odd. And a bunch of SCVs coming off the line here, so he might actually be going for a bunker rush with some Vulture support here. Yeah, that is what we're going to see. We're going to see 3 Marines already heading up, 3 SCVs, maybe 4 SCVs, and 4 Marines, 3 SCVs, and then the Vultures, as soon as they produce, are going to be sent that way as well. And the barracks is still producing, but there's going to be more and more Marines pumping out, and Kingdom still doesn't know where Nada is. Well, he knows where he is now, but he still hasn't gotten any sort of a scout out, has no idea what's coming his way, and Nada might be able to do a lot of damage. There's only one one Zealot there right now. Now the Marines are coming in, and now Kingdom sees all the SCVs, see 2 bunkers started, and the Marines are going to be behind as they're going to try, but the probes are actually getting behind there. The probes are actually getting behind there and trying to do some damage to these Marines, but the Marines are there. Good micro by Nada, protecting his Marines and picking off a lot of probes, but a Dragoon has been produced as well, and that Dragoon is going to clear this all up. And wow, all of the SCVs are already down. Great job by Kingdom getting rid of every SCV that was there, and Nada's clearing out the SCVs that were here, but unfortunately not able to get that bunker up. And I don't even know if he's bothering to send another SCV. I think he's just going to leave that bunker as a threat. But Marines against Dragoons, Marines are actually pretty cost efficient versus Dragoons, especially in high numbers. Okay, now a SCV is coming up as well, and now the Vultures are here as well to do some damage to that Dragoon, and that one Dragoon might go down. It's almost dead. One Dragoon goes down. There's one Dragoon left, but that Dragoon is on the top of the ramp, and while that Dragoon is up inside his main base, that means that his natural is the Nexus at the natural expansion is taking hits and going down. And that Dragoon, great micro by Kingdom, great micro by Kingdom. Kingdom, that is sweet. Kingdom just sending this one Dragoon into, oh, that is just so, oh, that would have been sweet. Kingdom doing a great job there, just moving that one Dragoon, and the Marines just chasing it around, chasing it, and didn't actually get any hits off, and he got a lot of bonus shots with his other Dragoons. That was awesome by Kingdom. Tragically, the decoy did eventually fall, but it did its job, did an excellent job, and was able to allow Kingdom to take that fight with losing a lot less than he probably could have and maybe even should have. And with Kingdom holding here, Nada is throwing up a second command center now. He's going to float it down into his mineral only. Kingdom definitely, I think at this point, it's got to be advantage Kingdom right now. He lost 5 or 6 probes, sure, but the entire attack force for Nada fell, and Nada still doesn't have his second base up. So that was not as good of a attack as it could have been by Nada. And Kingdom playing very smart here. He loses that probe there, but he does block off the, I guess that's another ridge that you can take, a back ridge to get to that natural. And he blocked it off with a good pound pock right as the Vulture was coming. So no Vulture harass for the Tornado Terran. As good as he, as much as he would love to just sit there and throw Vultures at him and just do so much great economic harass, he's not going to get a chance to yet. He'll have to wait until there's some more expansions up for Kingdom before he can really do that. And Kingdom sending out a Zealot to die, and a few Dragoons as well in support, but they were not there with the Zealot. If they were there with the Zealot, that possibly could have been brutal for Nada. Nada could have lost a tank, or maybe even both those tanks there. With 4 Dragoons, I think it's only 2 volleys from all 4 Dragoons will kill a tank about-ish. But Nada coming in, he's got a second base built. Kingdom gonna try and take these bridges. It looks like he's setting up at the bridges of Nada. He might try and push across, but I don't think he's gonna be very successful. There's 3 tanks there, almost as many tanks as Dragoons. Those Dragoons are not going to survive very long. And we'll see what kind of tech choice Kingdom makes here. He's threw up 4 gateways, which is a really obscene number of gateways, and hasn't really teched up to Citadel or Robotics Facility. Hasn't really made an advanced tech choice, just going with basic gateway units really here. And now we're going to see a big fight in here. All the Zealots are just about dead for Kingdom, but all the Vultures are also dead, so these Dragoons are going to come in here and just try and pick off siege tanks. They're going to get 1 siege tank. No, he's got to finish this off. Kingdom finishes off 1 siege tank. We're going to get a second one here. Yes, the second one does fall, and now mines being placed as well. Kingdom doing a great job with his micro, picking off every important mine, picking off the mines that could actually do damage to him. And this siege tank, this 3rd siege tank might actually go down. I think it only takes 1 more shot until the siege tank goes down. Now there's just Vultures left to Marine as well. But now those Dragoons are in trouble. Those Dragoons are trapped by mines. If he's got good micro, if he has the time to dedicate to this sort of very intricate micro, he might be able to clear away the minefield and get his Dragoons out. Otherwise, they're just going to sit there and probably die to a tank or 2 that comes out. And these mines are going to be very, very annoying for Kingdom. I assume at this point he's put up a robotics facility and is like, oh crap, I hate mines, and is going to be working towards observers soon. And now he's trying to going to try and get these Vulture mines. I don't know if he knows how many are there, but he's got to be really, really careful. This type of micro is